Ace Combat 7 Dinosaur DLC.
You know what I say about that?
That's what V2 is for.
Exactly. That's what I say about the Dinosaur DLC.
Guys, they're not going to make a release date for us. Not today.
Yeah, guys. It's too
Be patient for the release
They just
date.
postponed the game.
Yeah, they just...
Like, calm down, guys.
What caused the extinction of the dinosaurs? V2.
V2 was there. Because
Is
at
it
the end
gonna
of
be
the
now?
day...
That's what V2
One
is
more
for.
trailer.
Yep. Oh, cool, nice. Yakuza.
Oh, this is Yakuza. Ah. Yeah, it should be Yakuza 6, I think.
Ah, the next chapter of the Neo Ace Combat DLC in Mafia Combat.
This is Sappin. We're in Sappin this time.
We're Sappin.
192.
Almost 200! Almost 200 aces, guys! We shall get there.
Here we are.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to
It begins.
PlayStation.
Whoa, it's
We're in
time!
the midst of the final day.
It's
Yes.
time!
Malik.
Another one in the book.
Good to see you, and it is good to see David joining us from the Bandai Namco team. Sir, hello.
Thanks a lot.
Woohoo!
Here.
Welcome to the
man.
program. We are talking about Ace Combat 7 coming to PS4 with PSVR
So what's going on?
support, I
That's right.
believe. David, I want to just jump right into it. Tell me a little bit about Ace Combat long-running
Beloved for
series,
sure.
beloved by fans.
Yeah, yeah.
What is new with this one?
Come on, it's buffering! Come on, go back!
ACCF, restore communication link.
Okay, we're back.
You know, as you mentioned, this series has been around for a long time. It's actually over 20 years now that the series is running. Fans have had to wait a little while for this one to come out. I think Ace Combat 6 was like 10 years ago.
The stream.
Now.
Yeah.
So fans have been clamoring to get back into it. So Ace Combat 7 is going right back to that strange real universe.
The stream's lagging.
Oh, okay.
Bringing
Is it?
back
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
that made that franchise great. Great cinematics.
Let me decrease the
Full
quality here.
realism. Going back into rich story. In fact, even some of the same writers that we had in the previous iterations are writing
Is
the
it good?
story for this. So
Cool.
yeah, again, we've got that deep
Sly, is it good?
emotional storyline. So yeah,
Sly.
everything that made the series great, but we're bringing in these new elements that are both
Is it good now?
evolutionary and
It should be good.
revolutionary.
Okay.
Awesome. Well,
All
before
the
we get
Aries.
I don't want to get into the new elements just yet. Since
Please.
we are still in the Strange Real universe, can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are carrying over, some of the key components that you're carrying over from old
In
Ace
terms of
Combat?
story,
Just,
or in
just
terms
there.
of yeah.
It's not-
So
it's not.
I think the set between the events of Ace Combat 5 and 6. But just to be upfront about this,
No, it's after
you
Ace
don't
Combat
need
6,
to have
correction.
played the previous games
Yeah.
in order to understand what's going on.
Good,
so,
good.
I always
so
appreciate that.
none of that is necessary.
Yes.
I'd
But you
run
should.
into a lot of really hardcore fans, and I thought I knew a lot about what
We
was
are
going
very
on in this.
hardcore.
These guys, the fans for Ace Combat are hardcore, every little minute detail. So,
Exactly.
so anyway, it's set in the same world.
Okay.
I don't want to give away too much,
Of
but
course.
you're going to
No
see
spoilers.
some
Do it.
very familiar. I
Big
think the
circular
last
super weapon.
trailer we saw a little.
Stonehenge
big
is gonna be very
circular
important,
super
apparently.
Oh,
weapon
okay.
at
Gotcha.
Times with clone Ren.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it!
Too much.
And I think we have one of your colleagues backstage here playing the game
Yeah,
on PS4.
aka
Live
Maverick.
demo.
Maverick is back there.
Maverick!
So,
appropriate name.
David, you have some piloting experience, so it's fun that you're out here, talking about Ace Combat 7. Can you give me a little
That's
bit of
true,
some
guys. That's
examples
novice
of what's
controls.
changed or remained faithful for the gameplay perspective?
probably for
How
the
do
new
people
guys.
actually?
Anyone who's played the game is
Yeah.
going to be very comfortable. If they've played Ace Combat 6 or previous, they're going to be very comfortable going into the
Yeah,
cockpit.
the right camera looks like
with the
novice
HUD
controls.
displays, the combat system,
have PC for that.
everything like that. But they're going to notice some key upgrades. Well, first off, visually, we're working on the Unreal Engine 4 now, and
Nice.
we're pulling all the power that we can out of that.
I think that's pretty obvious. It looks fantastic.
Looks great.
Great, and then you also notice, take a look at the clouds that we have in here right now, and you know, it seems like kind of a ancillary thing. You know, all games have clouds, but
not this detailed.
Exactly. Well, you know what? These look beautiful, and in addition to looking beautiful, they also play a pretty important role in the game, the way that you're playing the game. You know, tactically, and I think if Denny goes into Denny, see if you can go into a cloud right now and show what happens. Just starting out visually. He's going to fly into this, and you're going to notice some precipitation forming on the canopy and streaking by.
Oh, wow.
What are you talking about, David?
That is ill.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And you know, in addition to that, if you fly into a cumulonimbus
they are going
cloud,
to.
normally,
It is going to depend on which cloud you fly into.
and you're going to feel that.
Cumulonimbus
You know,
will
you probably
shake
saw
around.
a lot of the bumping. The controller is shaking all over the place.
Right.
You stay in that cloud
Wait,
long enough that precipitation is going to turn to ice. Visibility is going to go down to 0. You get ice on your wing, and you lose that aerodynamic stability, and you're going to be a slug up
So
there.
you
So
have
basically, if you're
super
trying to
slow
do
down
a cheat,
when
do
you
a cheat
get
tactic
ice.
and stay in the clouds the entire time, so no one can see you.
That's not going to work.
It's not gonna work. Okay.
But you also like slow down too.
Are we
like
all
just
right?
in general.
Need the mic, is it good?
You know,
Who needs
it's
the mic?
funny because
Someone needs the mic.
normally I get put upon for being so loud. No one has ever told me in my entire life that I'm too quiet.
Your voice couldn't be contained by a normal microphone.
I know, right?
They needed a new one.
Had to double down.
There we go.
And I
You hear that, Ani? I was too quiet.
And we still have the gameplay going in the background. I want to just talk a little bit more about, you know, forgot what planes were called for a second. I was going to call them ships, and I was like, I don't know if that's
going to be the one from
I used to be
yesterday.
Navy, so I'll go with that.
But yeah, like, tell me a little bit about, you know, the different planes, the different weapons that you're using.
What Maverick is flying right there was an
specified
F-18
F version.
Super Hornet, the F version of that.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's just one of the aircraft that we have. The demo that he's flying right now,
We might
he could have
have the
flown
E.
the
We might have the E
F-14D
Hornet.
Tomcat.
Oh my God! Look at what's happening on this screen right now.
That's one of the super
controls are
weapons
killing
that
me.
we have.
Yeah.
Ace Combat is known for that. Anyway, back to your question. You got a full arsenal. Everything from the Reagan era aircraft all the way through know the
8th generation
what is it,
F-22.
8th generation fighters that we have. I think it's 8th generation F-22, F-35. And then even going one step beyond that, you know, stuff that that DARPA's working on right now.
What?
That based on real, true life that just haven't really necessarily been brought to the real world yet.
Wow.
So a lot of
the
near
new
future
stealth
weapons, both
bomber?
aircraft, weapons, and we got it all.
Yeah, it seems like it's quite a pack.
Quite robust.
packed
Quite
game.
robust indeed.
Are you willing to talk a little bit about the VR component because you have PSVR support in here?
Absolutely.
The guy's
so,
dying down there.
You know, we've been demoing the
92%.
PSVR component of Ace Combat, and oh my God, people are going gaga over that. And you know, you said I used to be a pilot. One of the first things that they taught us in flight school is to have your head on a swivel.
Right.
And you know, when a fighter pilot is up there and he's engaged in air combat, he's not looking straight ahead. He's tracking that bogey with his head, and going around, and that's much more like real life. But more than that,
The pressure's
what
on
I
the guy
love
playing
at
right
this
now.
show is to see the reaction of everyone when that game first fires up. They're looking down.
You're in there.
They're oh my God, those are my legs. That's my hand. And then they taxi up to the catapult. They get launched off. And then again, the same thing happens. I'm flying. Everything in their mind is saying, I'm not at E3. I'm in an F-18 right now. And I got to watch that I'm not going to crash.
Yeah, I know.
But I think everyone has a fantasy about being, a Top Gun,
Right.
This fighter pilot. And ever since I'm an aviation guy, I love aircraft. I've been in the industry for a long time, worked on a lot of sims. Ever since I first got in, I'm like, this needs VR. And for the first time ever, I'm getting that
See,
itch
airline pilots are
scratched,
going to be using
Right,
and
this
and I'm
for
able to feel like I'm really in an airplane, and I'm really going through these maneuvers. It's just practically indescribable.
You know,
Go ahead.
I just remember when they announced this game. It was PSX 2015, I believe.
I forgot the year. But
Yeah.
I remember when they announced the game and how happy everyone in the room was. There was a genuine excitement there. What do you think it is about Ace Combat that just keeps the people coming back all the time?
You know, I think Ace Combat captures every little minute element of air combat.
Right.
You know, I said everyone wants to be that Top Gun, you know, Maverick. And you know, the little nuances, the radio chatter, you know, those rich cinematics, you know, that the highly detailed aircraft, you know, full fleet of aircraft.
Yeah.
Ace Combat does that better than you know, anyone out there. It really understands what people are looking for, and it gets it. It delivers.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right.
The guy survived on the back.
Before we wrap up, any you know, tips from a pro for me when I'm getting into Ace Combat 7 for
You're
the
doing
first
it
time?
again, Ryan.
What?
You're getting the tips early, man. Come on, man.
This is the only opportunity I'm going to have to get these behind the scenes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
How would you guide a new player as they're getting into Ace Combat for the first time? What would you tell them?
You know, the game itself will ease you into this, but you know, if you're new to flight games, you start out easy. You get used to the controls. It's going to become second nature to you eventually. But fly, you know, fly easy. Don't worry about yanking and banking all over the place to your very first hop. You know, do gentle maneuvers and then, you know, build yourself into it. And I've seen this multiple times just here at E3 right now. People that have never played it before will start out gentle, get, you know, bigger and bigger, and then pretty soon they're like, go down, try sucker! So, yeah.
I love it.
I'm ready to yank and bank, man.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I like that.
David, thank you so much for being here.
No, stay
When
longer.
are you talking about when people can play Ace
We
Combat
need more.
7?
We have more questions.
more.
2018.
2018?
2018.
We need
Not
more.
too much further away.
I know.
We have plenty of stuff to do this year, I think,
know.
before we
I
get
know.
there.
Right.
Well,
Dave-
nothing else happening this year. What's going on?
just a few things.
That's
David,
it.
thank you so much for
You got it.
joining us.
You got it. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. And thank you, everyone, for watching at home. We do still have some more programming before we close out E3 2017,
And here we
including
come to
us
the end of
picking
the Ace
some of our
Combat
favorite games from the show.
For now, we're going to
Please
have
do
more.
not go anywhere.
Well, in the
Stay with
meantime,
us.
this sound for you.